Y'all need to sit down for this, because word on the streets is that Kanye West just linked the Rihanna and Nicki Minaj's house being attacked. And no, it's not as random as you think, because allegedly, it all ties back to that one nation. Y'all know how Nicki has been giving Roc Nation and Jay-Z a hard time, and how she's been trying to bring him down? Well, it looks like this has put a target on her back, and she just might be in danger. But hold on, how does this relate to Rihanna? Has she secretly been plotting with Nicki to bring Jay-Z down? And why on earth is Kanye out here spilling all this tea? Let's break it down. Okay, so Nicki Minaj has been trying to tell us for a hot minute now that she is not safe and someone has been after her. According to her, several swatting calls were made about her house. She was so scared that she reached out to California Governor Gavin Newsom for help, but he aired her.
Publicly asked for his help a couple times on Twitter about swatting calls that were happening that were clearly a part of their extended smear campaign. And he completely ignored it, right? And next thing you know, he's on there flapping his gums about female rap stuff.
That's the real reason for her beef with Newsom earlier this year. And I mean, do you remember when she accused of someone giving her poisoned food? Yes, she has been living on high alert. Anyways, recently things got out of hand when a man was caught trespassing on her property. According to reports, deputies got a call about a trespassing suspect at the Starships rapper's home. The suspect, seen on camera roaming around in the backyard, was described as a white male with a big red beard and long hair, wearing a gray tracksuit. Luckily, it doesn't seem like Nicki, her husband, or their son was hurt, but it did have fans talking about how there was more to the situation than met the eye, especially when you factor in how it has only been a few weeks since Rihanna's house was shot up by a crazy woman. The woman opened fire on Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's LA home while they were inside with their 3 young kids, which is honestly terrifying. The suspect was caught not long after and identified as Ivana Ortiz. She was immediately booked on charges. And once fans started digging into Ivana, it became pretty obvious this wasn't random at all. This looked very deliberate because she had a long and disturbing history of going after Rihanna on Facebook. In one post, she wrote, "Bad gal Riri, are you there? 'Cause I was waiting for your AIDS 5-head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you talking to me where I'm not at." She also posted this picture of Drake and wrote, "When Drake found out Rihanna has AIDS." In this video she posted, she accused Rihanna of trying to kill her.
Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to shut the up, okay? Shut the Yeah, she's a witch. She's a witch. I'm a watchman. She's a witch. Get that stupid girl out of here. Okay? They can't do this. They can't do this.
She also claimed that Rihanna has been attacking her spiritually.
And then Rihanna's over there, and she's there with the devil. They don't want me to get money. They don't want me to be successful. I made $3,000 one day on a day trade trading NVDA. And then Rihanna, she pops up in the spirit with the devil, and they're like, rah, 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 rah. And then they went over and they attacked a legal case. They went and attacked my lawyer, Jennifer Meister, and they took her spirit and her energy, and they were just right there. Like, I could see them vivid as day.
It's also clear that whatever imaginary beef she thinks she has with Rihanna has been building for a while. But there has been a long-standing conspiracy that someone used this woman as a patsy because she already had a documented hatred towards Riri. Some are speculating that it was one of A$AP Rocky's ops, or someone close to Roc Nation, because we all know the messy history that Rihanna had with the Carters. And take into account that Roc Nation has been facing lawsuits after lawsuits. It all looks hella sus. That was a scary situation. And when Nicki's situation with the trespasser happened, fans immediately started talking about how weird both situations were and how celebs need to be more careful. But the thing is, celebrities usually don't go around revealing where they live or posting their addresses on the internet. Well, this is where the internet got suspicious, and fans started speculating that both jobs were hits. Things got even crazier when several sources started revealing that Kanye West has supposedly been claiming that Jay-Z has been real criminal.
You take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living our people, so how to stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, oh, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars. Man. Liars are now the face of our culture.
Say what now? It's no secret that there's no love lost between Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj, because Nicki never lets us forget how much she hates that man. According to her, Jay-Z has been trying to sabotage her for years and owes her millions of dollars. In one tweet, she said, "We've calculated about 100 to 200 million so far. Jay-Z, call me to settle this karmic debt. It's only collecting more interest. You still in my top 5 though. Let's get it, ninjas. And anyone still calling him Hove will answer to God for the blasphemy. I'm going to use some of the money Jay-Z owes me to send some of my barbs to college, pay their school fees, and student loans via my Student of the Game charity." She even brought Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids into the drama when she tweeted, "Camel and Rat, we are not fazed by botted tweets and bots in the comments. That's precisely why you broke now. Desiree got fillers. Since I said she ugly, now she uglier, OB. Camel, let's talk about your kids today. That's on the docket, ninja." In another tweet, she claimed that Jay-Z had sacrificed for fame and power, writing, "Are y'all understanding that these people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power? If you ever vote Democrat again, you're just as soulless as they are and will perish. Maybe it's time for me to do some story times, since I was trying to not say what I know, yet they continue to attempt." She also reposted this tweet saying, "Jay-Z dated Foxy Brown when she was 15 and took her V card. He was 23. Jay-Z was going out with Aaliyah when she was 15, 16, 17, and he was 26, 27, 28. Jay-Z met Beyonce at 16 and started dating her when she was 18/19 and he was 30. Jay-Z signed Rihanna at 16, and she said in an interview that she was flown to meet Jay-Z, who wouldn't let her leave until she signed the contract, and locked her in the office until 3 a.m. Nicki has been keeping her foot on Jay-Z's neck for a while, so it's not exactly crazy to imagine that she might find herself in the crosshairs. Oh, and can we talk about the claims from fans about how Roc Nation has been trying to silence them for speaking up for Nicki against Roc Nation? For example, this creator claimed that Roc Nation has been trying to silence him, and he almost lost his account.
Trying to from discussing Nicki Minaj and talking about Nicki Minaj and Roc Nation when it pertains to Jay-Z, when it pertains to all of the crap that's going on around that. They are trying to me. I'm letting y'all know I can't say too much about what's going on behind the scenes, but just know y'all, if y'all see that my content is switching up, if y'all see that my content is a little bit different, if y'all see that my content isn't really going as hard as it was before, it's because behind the scenes, it's some I just showed y'all that video got 1 million views in the last 2 days, split between 2 platforms. They see me. They see what's going on, and the messages, the phone, listen. I always tell people y'all gotta be mindful of what y'all say. Make sure y'all always say allegedly when y'all posting about stuff. But they trying to silence me.
Yeah, the math is kinda mathing a bit when it comes to Jay-Z and Nicki, but why on earth would he want to silence Rihanna? Well, word on the streets is that Kanye believes that Jay-Z is trying to send a warning to Rihanna to keep her mouth shut, or she would pay the price for it. See, Rihanna is one of the very few people in the industry who really knows how dangerous Jay-Z can be. The very first time they met, he threatened to throw her out of the window of his 27th floor office if she didn't sign the deal he was offering her.
So nervous. I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming.
And you had to sing a cappella for him?
Yes, I had to sing. I sang Fun to Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time.
Yeah. So then what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, "We don't sing songs here, we sing artists." And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, "And we're interested." And there was this sudden feel of relief.
So then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, he did it homework.
I did a lot of homework on you, Miss Lady.
He said, there are 2 ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal signed or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
So you was like, "Where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing."
Yeah.
And I'm sure working with Jay-Z, you've met Beyonce.
That's right.
But it gets even darker than that, because according to one of Rihanna's former publicists, the feds once investigated Jay-Z on suspicions that he was allegedly Rihanna. And yes, we're talking about the same publicist who started the Rihanna-Jay-Z affair rumors. In a 2024 interview, he said, "One day, unmarked law enforcement cars stopped me. These intimidating individuals introduced themselves as a federal task force, and they requested to speak with me. They mentioned that they had been keeping a close watch on Jay-Z since he stabbed Lance Rivera, and he was also being implicated in a violent incident with R. Kelly during their joint tour, promoting Jay-Z and R. Kelly's joint album." The officers clarified that they were investigating Jay-Z for allegedly engaging in intimate activity with underage Rihanna and transporting her across international borders. They said she wasn't the only one, and there were many others. There has been a lot of speculation that Rihanna knows more about Jay-Z than she's ever going to reveal, and that this is the reason she stopped making music. The moment her contractual obligations had been satisfied, she immediately left the industry. She doesn't even associate herself with Jay-Z much these days. But just because she's no longer about that life doesn't mean much when you realize that she still knows too much. And given the recent interest in Jay-Z's private shenanigans, it's no surprise that he's tying up loose ends and sending warnings. Between being linked to Diddy, getting sued for alleged SA, and being named in the Epstein files, it seems like Jay-Z is panicking and trying to clean house. But I want to know what you think about this. Do you think that Rihanna is ever going to switch up on him and tell us all she knows? Or do you think Jay-Z has her too scared? Do you think she'll ever team up with Nicki to take down Roc Nation? Drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.